Hello, I'm David Tveraas. I'm a Quest designer who primarily works in Unreal Engine 5, but now I am investigating REDkit. I've logged over 200 hours in REDkit already. I see that they've added a whole bunch of extra information, they being the CDPR Project Red professionals that put together REDkit and its documentation. And today I'm reviewing the demo mod Mariska's Wonderland. This is a sample project, basically. It's a little quest. It also seems to have replaced certain aspects of the game. If you have Blood and Wine, it takes over. As far as I can tell, it takes over Toussaint and replaces it with a different world, a illusory world, as described here. They have this page on their Atlassian page, cdprojectred.atlassian.net, that goes to. I'll link this in the description below. That goes to all of their guides, tutorials, video tutorials, changelog, everything like that. Let's read through this. So the summary: some of the main features of the demo mod, 2 outcomes for how the quest can end, custom quest items where the player will need to use during the quest, investigation, trail following, interacting with different NPCs, dialogues with multiple choices, mini games, shops, etc., territorial monsters encountering in the world, boss fights, exclamation point, a brand new world used as a small unique location where your quest takes place, special loot, an artifact as a quest item, a key for unlocking hidden doors, quest reward for the end of the quest. So this is actually a really, really good example of a project. It also shows the creation of a whole new area, new worlds that they put together. I'll show you soon here. It shows you how to start the mod, how to upload it. It says once in the game, the quest mod will start right away. If you start the game from Blood and Wine only. So the quest doesn't actually pop up right away. For me, I had to go to Skellige before it pops up. So let's jump into the game. So I already jumped to Skellige here. So this is the town where it says, okay, so it says up in the upper right hand corner, Mariska's Wonderland. Visit the notice board at Blandair. So let's figure out what this quest is about. I already ran through this a little bit, scouted ahead to figure out how this quest works, but I'll demonstrate it here. So once you walk in, it says new marker notice board. So this notice board already exists. Somehow they modified it so that it has new notices. You have to take down the notices before the current notices appear. So if I interact with it here, you'll see that this first one says missing boy. There's no text. Missing boy, no text. The other ones have text, and they're all about missing. All you have to do is pull one of these down, and the next step of the quest starts. So whoever keeps taking me food, I'm telling you, I'm going to find you, it's going to hurt, I'm going to give you a day to bring it back, Pan. So I'm not sure why this one starts the quest, but the other ones make more sense. Like this one says, please find our Layla. This one says, stay safe, there's people in the woods. People keep on trying to go and find mining stuff, but they keep on missing. Because it's all about missing people, right? I don't know what the food being stolen has to do with it, but everything else is about, like, this is a nightmare, I can't sleep for weeks, you call me crazy all you want, but it's that damn castle ruins, and I have nightmares. People are screaming in them, and I know most of them. I'm begging someone to go take a look there, so that's where you're supposed to go. Enough is enough, my husband has been away from the city for a while now. Before I call him a cheating bastard again, does anyone know of him? Kathy. And I didn't actually read this one. As everyone knows about my Layla, do speak up, or reading this, my dear daughter, come back please. Your father doesn't mind anymore that you choose that vagabond boy. He will see some reason. Just return home. So everyone thinks that there's a reason. Like this person thinks it's the boy. This is the cheating husband. And this one's worrying about the woods being dangerous. Nobody knows what's happening. So I could pull them all down. I don't think it quite matters. But now I've got a new marker, discovered location. That's a cool feature. Quest updated, Mariska's Wonderland. That's a really cool feature, that what you can do in there. So I think this notice board, I think it regenerates, if I'm right. Let's see. I think I might have to run new marker blind air. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought maybe it is a new notice board. He has a quest for me, but we're only doing this one. Yeah, there you go. The notice board is back. And you see there's other quests here, like missing miners. This is what it was before you add that mod. So there's other quests. I'm not going to take those. So it sort of overrode it. So however they did the code there, which we'll investigate further. So now we have to go, you see on the map, so the Wonderlands that it sends to doesn't have a map. I'll show you that. But here it goes to Galen. This is a technique that I want to use when I make my own quests, is to use what's already existing in the world. I'm personally not that keen on building new worlds right now, which is cool that they show that, but I like the quest design aspect of this REDkit, so I think I'm going to explore that first. None of the gameplay abilities or anything like that. I might investigate the mini games a little bit. This one shows mini game stuff, but it's broken. I'll explain that later. But yeah, using this pre-existing location, Blendair, as the place where you pick up the quest. Notice this orange exclamation point. I don't know if that's universal for mod quests. Actually, I wonder if I can show that. It does that. Available quests, Blood and Wine. Okay, it's a Blood and Wine quest thing. So I think they overwrote the Blood and Wine stuff, because if I've tried to go to Toussaint with this quest modified, and it just goes to a black screen with a forever spinner. And it's just not there. So I think that they might have, I think this worlds that I go to might override my travel to Beauclair, to Toussaint. I'm not sure if it still exists while this mod is operational. It does say that you to do this, you have to do the start with Blood and Wine only. I don't know if this quest would appear if I went to Skellige in any other circumstance. Let's get Roach. So we can travel.
Go.
Actually, I think I could have just fast traveled there. I think it pre-discovered it for me, but I think it was intended to ride Roach there. There's some things to fight along the way, which I'll just run right past. Skellige is a beautiful land. There's actually quite a few areas in Skellige that I think Skellige is probably one of the most right places to just make new quests, because there's a lot of open areas. No Man's Land also has some. There's a good amount in the new areas that were added due to Hearts of Stone and Toussaint, of course. Actually, probably the best area is the one I didn't mention, which is like the Kaer Morhen area. There's some areas where there'd be interesting quests, although there's not supposed to be people up there, but I mean, you can always add people. It's you know, we're just trying to show that we have quests. See that here's the fast travel point. So it's interesting. There's a reward for this quest, but you can get to it. So this is something to consider when you develop quests. Is like, I think I'm supposed to walk inside there, because then you encounter the mage that you're supposed to fight. And there's something interesting about fighting the mage. It's something that they modified the game, which isn't in the game normally. There's a back door. It's right here. So all you have to do is art it, and then you can just like get the treasure without even doing the mage encounter. So I actually set this to the easiest difficulty, because you're supposed to lose this mage. In fact, there's a alternate path here where you kill the mage before you get killed, and then it says quest failed. In fact, let's try that. Let's see if quick save works. Okay, save game. So I'm gonna jump through here, and I'm pretty sure I can just run right here. Yeah. So yeah, I get the quest rewards, and I haven't even fought the mage yet. I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be the quest rewards for the quest. That's something to consider when you make your level, is that people can just walk around sometimes. See how she's facing that direction? I'm supposed to come in from that direction. Let me show you the way you're supposed to go. So, usually this is a pretty abandoned location, perfect for quests. Like I might add one here. Well, I probably won't because it's already taken by this quest. You're supposed to walk up here. Go up and around. Let me prep here. Do I have it? Yeah, I've got potions on there already. Let me save again here. Well, a fair fly walks on my web. Not honey is needed for this one, I see. What is it then? Riches, fame, curiosity, maybe? Villagers, you're the one behind the disappearances. Ha ha ha. Oh my, a clever little fly. What did you do with them? Why does it bother you? It's just a few peasants who I'm sure would have not have the gold to pay a witcher. You are powerful. I am sure you understand. Understand what? Oh, he says that. Understand what? You're crazy. I don't need to be a witcher to see that. No, no, no. Look at you, acting all high and mighty as if you killed your fair share. I'm doing as a purpose. I have a role to fulfill. What I'm doing is a purpose. I have a role to fulfill. Yeah. I'm messing up some of these lines. Funny. So do I. So do I. Look, if I kill her... Quest updated. Mariska's Wonderland. Failed? You see, this is interesting. It demonstrates a lot. So I have this thing where it does that thing where I like die, but I just stand back up. That's how it ends the quest. It has this interesting feature where you just can't die in this quest. Now she's got nothing to loot. In fact, you'll see it still has that that exclamation point above her. She's marked as a quest giver, I guess, or something like that. So I failed the quest, and it's not repeatable as far as I know. So I'm going to reload and show you what happens if you let her kill you. What you're supposed to do. Now there's some interesting things about this. I like the idea that it now has the logic to show you how to, like, lose. But there's, like, interesting ways where, like, maybe you end up in a prison cell if you lose or something like that to do it. Or this one teleports you to an illusionary land for some reason. I'm not sure why. I guess that's what her... Maybe all of her powers are illusory. Maybe she can't actually kill you. I don't know. Now, the reason you lose is because allegedly all the villagers in the other worlds die. Because you didn't bring them back. Now, I think it'd be cool if instead of losing, like a quest, like maybe you get like an extra item or something, and then you get a way to go to the other worlds, like an item you can use or something like that, that's on her body. Because, like, how are you supposed to know you're supposed to lose this fight? There's not really an indication. Now, it's the easiest difficulty level, which makes it really easy to defeat her. Now, if it was a high difficulty level, I tried that one, she like two-shots you with the gear that you start with. You actually, when you do Blood and Wine, you just start with some basic, like this rare form of Witcher gear. It's not very good. Like, it's better than some of the yellow craftable gear, but it's not spectacular. It's kind of bad. So I don't know why I just did that. Let me try to read this again. Well, well, a fair fly walks to my web. Not honey is needed for this one. What is it then? Riches? Fame? Curiosity, maybe? Villagers, you're the one behind the disappearances. Ha ha ha. Oh my, what a clever little fly. What did you do with them? Why does it bother you? It's just a few peasants who I'm sure would have not had the gold to pay a witcher. You are powerful, so I'm sure that you understand. Understand what? That you're crazy? I don't need to be a witcher to see that. No, 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 no. Look at you, acting all high and mighty, as if you haven't killed your fair share. What I am doing has a purpose. I have a role to fulfill. Funny, so do I. Roll to die. Now I'm just gonna let her kill me. It's kind of annoying that it bounces you back, because I'm trying to die and her hits don't hit me very hard because this is the easiest difficulty. Hit me one more time. There we go.
Get away from me!
Get away from me. I love that voice acting. It's interesting that there wasn't any voice acting into that moment. So it shows that you can use voice acting, but as like a good placeholder, just to like put in the words, which is kind of cool, and the animation gestures and stuff like that. So that little scrolling, that wheel in the bottom, there's certain things that are broken in this quest. So like going to Tucson's broken, but I think that's that might be necessary to get this quest to work. And I'll show you something else that's broken soon. That's, I think, is not intended to be broken with this mod. So this is really cool. Like all this, I think those might be like ice glaciers, maybe? The color for ice. Like at the end of the game when you're fighting the Wild Hunt on all the ships. I think that might be what that's from. Now the textures are a little weird here. They put this together just to be a quick demo level. You know, like it wasn't gone through with the same fine-tooth comb you have with the shipping title. Like you can see that this is just a straight line to show you the path.
Right.
Yeah, he says great. And that was actually a Geralt line, so it shows that you can use files from the actual game. Like maybe voice lines, like stitch them together and make a conversation. It's possible. So it's a beautiful land, and you can see that there's... So let's talk about worlds building for a second. So now you see that in this level, that's a point of interest right there. You see the statue in the distance. You also can see a village. That's another point of interest. And you also kind of sort of see that this is kind of like a big bowl. So you've got a limited amount of land. I like that they added the flock of birds. That was kind of cool. But it shows you where to go. It's like, okay, here's a path. I mean, it's effectively just a big arena, but there's at least elements to direct you where to go. There's the path. There's the landmarks, you know, the mountain and the village. This path lets you on a sort of a zigzaggy way to the village. But it takes you there. See, I can look around a bit. Could have walked straight to the village. But it's a zigzag. Something else you might notice, that minimap, it's not showing anything. It shows my arrow. And it will show monsters when there's monsters and icons. But there's no map. So that's something that this demo doesn't show how to do, is make a map. But that's probably a more advanced topic anyway, because you want the map to actually match your world, and you'd have to create your world first. So like, that's not automatic in the game. You have to create that separately, apparently. So I just got an update. Let's see what we're doing here. So I have to find out what happened to the villagers. That's what I already had. It shows defeat Mariska. Now it shows that as failed. I believe that will turn to success when I return to the real world. In Killer, of course. So now it says find out this place, investigate the village, get information from the bartender. So something that this quest will show you, if you look in the REDkit version of it, is how to have failures and successes. So investigate the village, find out what about this place. So a lot of these don't actually check off. That's a little bit broken in the quest. So there's these chickens. I did notice that you can't kill the chickens. You see, some of them will kind of glitch out like that, but eventually they'll stand back up, I believe. You can't kill them. There's a couple cool items that you can pick up in the village. I think like over here, there's a nice chest. It's got a lot in it. But that's about it here. Diberidian Megata. Not that I'll be using that. Now, the documentation says that there's farmers and that there's a priest. Now, those might be characters to the story, but I haven't been able to find any of them. However, there's this innkeeper in here, a very bug glitchy innkeeper. I'm gonna quickly save. And as soon as you walk in, the volume goes to a cutscene.
Well, well, a new face, and the Witcher no less. What a day to be alive.
Not a lot of guests.
Heavens no, I know everyone around here like the palm of my hand, but we do like it that way. Not a lot of fuss, you see. Care for a drink?
Not right now. You've been here long.
Oh, come on, I want a drink.
I remember, good Witcher.
Alright, so if I play a round of cards, it lets me play the cards. However, if I lose or win, it will glitch out again. I can show that to you. Yeah, let's just do it. So I think this is a good... Yeah, I think I made a good deck here. They'll be able to beat them. I don't want Roach. I can kick that too. Oh, look at my poor fucking infantry. I'm not sure I want to use that here. Maybe this. Death Mold. Alright, at 7. Freeze him. Ooh. We're tied, so he... Oh, I'm surprised he actually moved. I thought he would stop there. See, this is where poor fucking infantry comes in clutch. It's with Frost. He passed. Okay, well, I guess I'll pass then. I have made Gwent decks that are based around poor fucking infantry. It's pretty awesome. You know what? I'll play this out and see if I win. Nothing else, I can just draw out all those cards. He hurt himself more than he hurt me. I think I win here no matter what. Yeah. And now if I hit escape. So this is where it should... You see the wheel? It's never going to go away. I'm stuck forever. This is the same thing that happens if you go to Toussaint. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be able to continue here, but whatever this mod has done, it has broken Gwent. Or at least this Gwent action. I was able to play Ermion earlier, and I beat him, and that was fine. But this Gwent encounter is broken. I'd have to look at it and see if there's a way to fix it. But right now, I think I actually have to hard quit here. I have to stop the whole process. Come on, go up there. End task. Yeah, I got stuck. Let me open it again in... Yeah, it's very unfortunate. So that happens with Toussaint as well. There's a couple broken things about this, but I mean... That's good, in a way, to have it that's a little broken, because then you can see why it's broken and build upon it. It's a really cool feature that that they give you a whole sample that's so well done. It has this nice flowchart. I'm not sure what flowchart program this is. I'm not familiar with it. But I have a picture of it here, so you can zoom in on it. It's like Quest Board Investigation. We did that boss fight. So you can fight early and kill her, but then it's you fail. You still get the Quest reward because it's there. It probably should be a success. There's no partial successes in this game, or like a conditional success. It's either success or fail, so it's considered a fail if you kill her. There's no indication that you should lose to her though, which is interesting. But that's like just a game design choice, right? Like a quest design choice in that circumstance. You're supposed to travel to this illusion world. You investigate throughout. There's a couple different paths here. I'll show you what else to do here. Now, I've never found any farmer or the actual priest, but I found his notes, which might be what they're talking about with his character. And there's other ways that this guy's broken too. This play. This innkeeper, he's a little broken. Now there's a unique key to open a hidden dungeon door, and an artifact, which there's two endings. If you put on the artifact mask anywhere else in the world, you'll return to the real world, but all the villagers die, in quotes, and it's the bad ending again, just like if you killed the mage, the elf mage, right away. But if you go to a certain location, the mountain dungeon, which there's only a hint that that's where you should go, and then put on the mask, that's where they escape, in quotes. Like, I don't see them anywhere. Maybe we'll look for them after this. Where's my game? Witcher, where are you? Oh, here you are. Took it a while. It's taking it quite a while to load here. Not sure why. Maybe it has something to do with the mod as well. Here we go. Photosensitivity warning. Load game. I had a quick save right outside the door. Hopefully I won't be able to crash it again, because that took too long. But that's demonstrating that there are crashes in this mod. I mean, it's not supposed to be a stable version. It's supposed to be a demo of, like, mid-creation, you know. So I'm going to walk in again this time. It's going to trigger that volume, and it has a cutscene, and those shards are floating for some reason.
Face, and the Witcher no less. What a day to be alive.
I love the voice acting here.
Not a lot of guests.
Heavens,
Not a lot of guests.
I know everyone around
These
here
guys are
like
great.
the palm of my hand, but
I like the echo and
Not a lot of
innkeeper
fuss, you
voice.
see. Care for a drink?
the reverb.
Not right now. You've been here long.
As long as I can remember, good Witcher.
Alright, so don't do a round of cards. You'll be stuck forever. I believe, let's see, leaving, I think, get me an error too. But you can shop here, which is nice. But you can only shop now. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So I always like to buy up Gwent cards. So I buy them even though I'm not going to be using them. So the way you continue the quest here is well, you can just leave. You don't actually need to talk to this guy, but he gives you a little bit of a clue if you say looking for a woman, which this is a recycled joke from the beginning of the game.
Looking for a woman.
We have those, yes. Most of them taken, I'm afraid.
Not what I meant. A strange woman. Someone more like a witch.
Yeah, Geralt, we know you like sorceresses.
Well, aren't they all? But I don't want to pull your leg too much. Maybe you would be looking for the good herbalist?
Maybe.
Well, she comes and goes as she pleases. Helps out a lot, though. A really nice woman she is. Sparky, even.
Sparky.
Sparky.
Yes. Where do I find her?
Well, like I said, she comes and goes. No idea where she is. The priest might, though. They talk a lot.
And where is this priest?
In our hearts and minds. No, yes. He's on the mountain mostly. Or in
Innkeeper's
the
quite the
cave.
character.
But I don't go these places much.
Why is that?
I actually have no idea.
Right. I'll be going then.
Looking forward to seeing you many, many times more.
It's funny he says that. Looking forward to seeing you many, many times more. Because look what happens if I talk to him again. This is really weird.
Greetings.
Who are you? And what? So this is like a generic merchant, that like a traveling merchant or something. If I say, show me your wares,
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
it actually has Geralt's voice there. But then nothing happens. I didn't get a... Then I can say farewell.
Farewell.
But then he just disappears. And I'm like, oh, but the innkeeper's over here. So he must be like based off of that character or something. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. I've never seen anything like this in my explorations through REDkit, but that's a interesting error. Now this is a nice area. Kind of a nice put together area. Oh, file, of course I need those. Uh, yeah, it's just habit to loot everything. You don't need to loot anything. At least I got a armor kit there, I think. So the way you continue this quest, which, yes, this is beautifully put together. The direction you have to go is this bridge. So, like, I didn't see any farmers in there. I couldn't find any other characters in here in this level. Now there's some monsters. I found some water hags in just an area. There's some forktails flying around up there. There's a bunch of arachnises, or whatever they're called, in the back forest there, but you don't have to fight any of them. Only the foglets are the only thing that get in your way. And then you have to kill a golem. The golem's pretty easy. The foglets are very high level. So using just this weak armor, they're actually, even in the easiest mode, are actually kind of deadly.
Let's go.
So he said the canyon... Okay, so you see, this canyon isn't the canyon. The canyon that he told you to look for is actually this one over here. It's interesting that there's two spots that I would visually identify as a canyon. This is the one. You can tell that by... Oh, Garrett was supposed to say something.
Whoa there, Roach. Interesting.
Interesting, he says. So quest update. Let's see what it says. Geralt finds a message on a quest board luring it, so it doesn't update anything as far as I can tell. Footprints. Oh, maybe this was where it was added. Yes. In the canyon you can find footprints.
Trail's fresh.
So this is the priest, allegedly. From what I understand from the storyline. And this will be to the foglets. There's like a elven crypt over here. You can just run past the foglets, I think. They're over there, you see them. Scary. Yeah, you can just run past them. They're kind of tough.
Someone's home. Or some things.
See, that was a voice line from the game. That works perfectly appropriately for this area. Now there's a golem right there. He doesn't trigger until you go down there. So I can prep right now. Get some, where is it? Elemental oil. Made short work of him because, again, this is the easiest difficulty. Now when I loot him, you don't get standard golem stuff. You get the key to canyon hideout door. This is the canyon hideout door? I'm not even quite near that canyon anymore. Interesting. 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 So this door's locked. I can open it with the key. You have this other elven chamber here. You have this note. You can read the note. I've done what you asked. I kept the artifact hidden in this cave so that the villagers will never find it. No one in their right minds would go anywhere near my golem, although I'm not sure why you are so afraid to keep this mask away from that mountain. Whatever, I did my part. Now you do yours and give my daughter back as you promised, Prius. I'm guessing Prius is the priest? So he hinted that she wants to keep it away from the mountain. The innkeeper mentions that in the mountain there's a little temple. So it doesn't spell it out for you, but you have to figure out that you got to put on the mask in the temple. Now, it definitely doesn't spell it out that as soon as you put on the mask it activates it, so that you lose if you even try it on outside of the temple. So what's updated here? So find out what happens to the villagers. I still haven't figured that out. I don't know if there's a way to check that one off. Find the priest that the bartender mentioned. I don't know if there's a way to find the priest. I don't think he's in the map anywhere. Investigate the canyon past the villagers. Investigate the mountain temple. So I think the only thing... Find out what is this place. I like the way that's worded. What is this place? I think I'll run around this way to show you what some of the other monsters around here are. See, there's all these arachnises. And if you run up here, I think you can see the forktails. Yep, there they're circling. And they don't aggro no matter where you are. You kind of shoot it. You have to shoot them down. And this is the best place to shoot them down from. You can just blast them. But I won't aggro them. You can see this is a very sculpted area. There's the village again. Let me get down here. That'll probably kill me. Although if I drop down and I die, I'm pretty sure I just go back to the beginning of the level. In fact, let me show you. Let me quick save again. Quick save. And what happens if I put that mask on that I talked about? So actually, quickly before that, let me talk about these swords. These are your quest rewards. You get a steel sword and a silver sword, which I like that they're steel and silver. But, you know, they're kind of weaker than these bad starting swords. That's a constant problem I've seen in this game, is that a lot of the, unless you know, the Witcher sets are amazing. They're awesome, but it's super, super hard to itemize your gear if you're not using the Witcher sets. Everything you pick up is so much weaker than where you are in the game, usually. That's a major criticism of this game's itemization in general. However, if you want a difficulty spike, which I do, I play on Death March, and I will play with the rule that I can't use Witcher gear, so then I'm able to pick up things like the artifact weapons and stuff, and it's pretty fun that way, to just not use Witcher gear. I highly recommend playing that way. It's just a personal difficulty. That would be cool if it had a toggle where Witcher gear is all removed. Actually, I could mod that, couldn't I? Interesting. Interesting thought. I'm not sure that's the first thing I'm going to do on a build a bunch of quests, but that'd be a cool thing to, you know, better itemization mod. Or, you know, no Witcher gear, or both. Those could be two separate mods. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you, let me save again, what happens when I put the mask on. It's a quest item. So I'm not in the temple. Right now nothing happens because I'm still in my inventory. However, if I get out of my inventory, screen whites out. I'm teleported back to the real world, the continent. And I don't remember if I fail the quest right away or if I kill... I think I fail the quest right away. But then I still have to kill the mage. I don't know if Mariska is the name of the person who made this mod. I believe it is. Or if that's supposed to be the mage's name. But let's see here. There's a little bit extra lore right here. The catalyst. It is well known that the blood sacrifice has the ability to release tremendous amounts of energy, albeit only for a brief moment. As such, one must utilize this power as fast as possible at a given time. I have started to wonder this phenomenon. What is it exactly that creates such power? I believe it is to be emotions, or rather the last desperate emotional outburst of a passing soul as it experiences the trauma of being torn from its corporeal shell. Of course, the energy outburst is not and cannot be fully utilized most of the time. But what if there was another way? What if I were to keep these people but half alive, their minds content, but their souls ever aware of the lingering doom upon them? This would, in theory, create a sort of leakage of energy, not as potent, but much more steady. It would be a stream of sorts. Imagine what I could do with multiple people, I guess. As it is, I wouldn't even hurt them. Not really. They would be happy in a makeshift world of illusion, even better than what they already have. In reality, they should be thanking me. In reality. So, delusional. She's been kidnapping people to keep them in a half-living, half-dead state. Although... Okay, so here they are. So they're all dead. These are the dead people. So let's put my Hangman Venom here. Just burn it up. Dead. Quest updated. Mariska's Wonderland, and I failed. Again, no indication why that would be a failure. But, you know, it's another route to failure. Now, they're all dead, though. So let's reload. I like that I'm wearing the mask still. The Lodge of Sorceresses is a secret political cabal made up of the most powerful female magic users in the world. I wonder if this mage would be part of the Lodge of Sorceresses. She's got very powerful illusion magic. Illusion magic, in CDPR's version of the Witcher worlds, illusions, I mean, you can create whole worlds that you could live on. It's exist for ever. Illusion isn't just light. It's something of great power. Now, I don't think this guy gives you any more information. He's the only guy that I can tell is here.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yeah, because you can't even talk to him anymore.
Farewell.
Because he just turns into that other guy that disappears. Is that his real self? Is he that? Is this his half-alive form? From that Catalyst document. Where are you, Rich? Here you are. So let's go up the mountain temple where you're supposed to go. So, investigating Mountain Temple, none of the other things check off as completed after you arrive here in the illusory world. I don't think there's a way up to that statue. Maybe there'd be something cool up there if I found out a way up there. I kind of like this path. It reminds me of in Skyrim when you have to climb the mountain for that pilgrimage to get to the top of that big mountain in the middle. It reminds me of that a little bit. Even though much shorter. So it's up there. Could I climb this? Oh. Could I climb this? No. Well, if anybody knows a way up there, let me know. Actually, I'll quick save here just so I can play around with that later. Figure out if I could find a way up this mountain. Oh. 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 Oh, almost. Almost. Nope, I'm down. Anyway, I believe I will... You see, it doesn't say that I investigated this area either. It'd be cool to use, like, Kira's medallion to, like, unveil a secret extra chamber in here. But anyway, since I'm in here, there must be some sort of trigger volume in here that says that I have a good state. Because if I put this on, I go back... Let's see. So all those people were dead. Are they going to be alive now? I don't think in my testing before they were alive. Let's see what happens. Maybe if I go back to the village, I'd see them. Alright, so I'm back. There's no people here. Okay. So I guess I just assume that they're alive. To fight a mage. So now I complete the quest. It was done. So it still has that exclamation point over her body. She doesn't drop any loot. So I'll have to look on how they created her character. She looks really cool. I like that you can mix and match stuff in REDkit. I don't think there's anything else for me here. What if I go back to that village? Would I see people? I don't think that was included in this, but, you know, just in case. Let's see what happens. So yeah, you could fast travel right here. So you do have to discover Blendair's fast travel point, though. That's not automatic. I always thought this town could use more stuff. I like that the creator of this quest decided to use this little town. There's a lot of little towns that this is good for. Do I see more people here now? Are there more people? No. Maybe in here. I don't think so. I think that's just it. You complete the quest and they just don't appear. That's how you save them. Interesting. But you know, it's a start. This is all good information for us. I really like it. I like that there's a cool system where if you die, you just don't die. You just reappear at the beginning. Oh, I didn't show that. Let me show you that. I didn't actually show you dying. So, I think this is it. Yeah, I'll load it, and every time you die, because it's an illusory world, you're in a half-dead state. She doesn't want you dead. She wants to just be sapping your life away from you. Which is kind of a cool concept. I really, really like that. Yeah, I think if I just, like, fall and die. Oh, I didn't fall far enough. Well, that's good. It used to be you fall 5 feet and then you die in this. They definitely fixed the falling distance in this game. It used to be the smallest drop used to kill you. Oh, here's a good one. I'll just jump off the ledge. See, you just don't die. It's kind of a cool system that was added to this quest. This little quest system, you just do a stand. There's like a little cutscene where you stand. It's kind of neat. I like it. Anyway, that's it. Let's go to this chart again. Oh, that's interesting. It makes it daytime once you find the dungeon. That's a cool little feature. I didn't quite notice that. Get the mountain dungeon, equip artifact. Yep. I think we covered every scenario here. Let's see if it says anything else here. So it mentions the swarms of chickens and cows. They're unkillable. It makes me wonder if they're supposed to be like polymorphed villagers or something. Main hell golems guarding it. There's territorial monsters in the forest. Final boss fight. They do weaken her. They must spawn a different version of the mage. Oh, so Mariska is the name of the mage, right? Travel back to the real world at Mariska's castle. Because that wasn't called Mariska's castle. It was called, like, Care or something. If Geralt is the auto for Mariska... Okay, that is the name of the mage. Geralt is the mage. Okay, so these are the outcomes. It's kind of cool. I like the quest design documentation here of how it goes together. I'll have to explore the actual file in the future, but as far as exploring the game version of it, like playing through it and learning the outcomes, this is really cool. This is a great resource. I highly recommend checking it out. I'll be making my own quests soon enough with this great extra documentation. They added a whole bunch of extra how-tos as well. I'm going to start playing with these. Thank you. Yeah, let me know what you think. Bye.